Welcome back here, everyone. Remember how good Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power Season 1 was? Remember how everybody was talking about how fantastic it was, how a great work of art, it was the best thing on TV ever? No, you don't remember that? Well, that's because it never happened. The show was crap. I watched like about 4 episodes and I was like, nah, oh God, out of this, it's boring as hell. It put one person who was watching it, one of these, I think it's some showrunner, but no showrunner, some exec from Amazon or something, fell asleep watching the crap. That's to tell you how bad it was. Season 1 was an unmitigated disaster. It never should have happened. They should have spent that money on something better, but they didn't. They changed everything about Tolkien's work into some of the worst feministic crap you could ever find to exist. They took Galadriel and turned Galadriel into Gaiadriel, and it just kept getting worse and worse. So they announced that they're going to do a season 2. Why? Well, because they had to try. Probably had to launder some more money too, but who knows? I'm just spitballing here. However, now we get some interesting news. Prime Video announces all-female directing team for the Lord of the Rings of Power Season 2. Because if you're going to crash and burn, you might as well crash and burn straight on. No backtracking on this shit. You dive straight in and you crash and burn. Amazon Studios and Prime Video announced an all-female directing team for the upcoming second season of the Lord of the Rings of Power. Yeah, because they don't want no man there. What if a man showed up and what if a male director showed up and actually made some good decisions and actually made a good second season? That would be horrible. You don't need no man, no. Come on. In a press release, Amazon Studios announced that Charlotte Brandstrom would return to the show alongside Sanaa Hamri and Louise Hopper. Forgive me if I pronounce any names incorrectly here. Brandstrom directed episodes 6 and 7 of the first season, titled Udon and the Eye. If you recall, and I can't recall because like I said, I stopped watching it after the 4th episode. I thought it was some of the most boring nonsense I'd ever seen. But anyway, the 6th episode featured the nonsensical eruption of Mount Doom. The illogical chase sequence featuring Galadriel, Adar, and Halbrand, and the battle sequence showing the Numerians routing Adar's orcs. All of that sounds terrible. Alright. The 7th episode was a slow and meandering one, so that was basically the style of the entire first season. Slow and meandering. One that followed the survivors of the eruption as they traveled to the ocean in order to flee the destruction. So these are the credits that these new all-female directing team has for the first season, and now they have greenlit them to be the front runners of it. Anybody else think at this point that they intend to lose even more money with season 2? Brandstrom other credits include directing episodes of Netflix's Jupiter's Legacy, The Witcher, and Away. She also previously directed episodes of Prime Video's The Man in the High Castle, as well as Outlander and Counterpart for Stars. Hamri previously worked on Fox's Empire. So there's some other things like Wheel of Time, Housewives, Desperate Housewives, Shameless, and Glee. The next one, Hooper's credits include Flesh and Blood, Sandman, Witcher, Inside Number 9, and Treason. The press release also notes she received a BAFTA nomination for directing Our Gay Wedding, the musical. Oh, God. Ah, Father. In the second season, Brandstrom will be directing 4 episodes and will also serve as a co-executive producer. I have no hope in any of that. Hamri and Hooper will both be directing 2 episodes each. Season 1 directors J.A. Bayona and Wayne Yip will not be returning for the second season. Either they let them go or they had enough sense to know this is a sinking ship, time to abandon it. Not many details have been revealed on what the second season will feature. However, back in October, showrunners Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne did indicate Sauron will be playing a major role. Now, keep in mind, these were the same 2 showrunners who got their jobs because they know J.J. Abrams, not because they could actually do anything good. And we saw what came out of that. Season 1 opens with who is Galadriel, or as everybody better knows her by now, Galadriel. Where did she come from? What did she suffer? Why is she driven? All of that was completely wrong. We're doing the same thing with Sauron in season 2. We'll fill in all the missing pieces like anybody's supposed to actually care at this point. I mean, come on. This is, and I say that this is the story we're hoping to get in season 1 and season 2. We're giving it to them. You made Sauron into like, you did nonsense. That's the only way to put it. You did absolute and utter nonsense, and you refuse to own that fact. According to Amazon, the show has been an unprecedented success. Well, here the lies begin. Viewed by more than 100 million people worldwide with more than 24 billion minutes streamed. That was like the first episode or so because people wanted to see what was going on. The first episode, the first 2 episodes, something like that. That was it. The highly anticipated series attracted more than 25 million global views on its first day, which they hid the results for quite, I think it was about for a whole week or something, marking the biggest premiere in the history of Prime Video, and also debuted as the #1 show on Nielsen's overall streaming chart in its opening weekend. However, interest in the show significantly declined as each episode was released, as Nielsen numbers noted a decline in minutes viewed almost every week because it kept getting worse. The show would eventually fall out of Nielsen's top charts just 2 weeks following the debut of the season finale, because nobody even, I didn't even watch it. To be honest with you. But I'm just going to say this. The fact that they're hiring an all-female directing team for a show that they took and bastardized completely. This is not Tolkien's work. They tried to modernize it. They changed Galadriel from this beautiful, inspirational, powerful, powerful elf woman who was essential in so many things that happened in Middle-earth, and decided to turn her into this warrior that made no sense. The show kept getting worse with each episode. It was boring as hell. I still don't know to this day what they spent that $1 billion on. I really don't. Because from the quality of what we got, I don't even think that they spent half of that. You turn this thing into some sort of intersectional feminism, bulletin board that you could show off. Listen, we could do this. You came out attacking the fans as usual. You call them racist, you call them misogynist, you call them literal women-hating bastards. And the thing about it is that the whole racist thing, with the race-swapped elves and dwarfs and people and all kind of stuff and the other. Yes, I did videos on it talking about how, it didn't even make sense. It didn't make sense at all. But the truth of it is, people didn't even notice that, it was there. They noticed it, but it was overshadowed by how badly this show was done. And it was overshadowed by how badly the show was done. Yes, you had people of different races and things in there that shouldn't have been in there to begin with because of where the show was made. You changed Galadriel into an unlikable, detestable pain in the ass. And for some reason, you believed you were doing good and that everybody should love what you were doing. And when people had a problem, well, then they were somehow, racist, misogynist bastards. You're putting in an all-female directing team that directed episodes from the first season that was some of the worst ever shown on TV. What do you think is going to happen going forward? You're clearly going to fail again, and when you do, you're going to blame the fans because none of these people ever want to take any responsibility and admit, listen, we're making garbage, we're doing shit, and we need to take stock of what we're doing and stop. No, that's a problem. They are perfect at what they're doing, and the fans are the problem. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, try to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You'll notify every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.